Hello, and welcome to this introduction video to explain what is XRY. XRY is a leading mobile device forensics tool manufactured by a company called Micro Systemation. XRY is designed to extract data in a secure, forensic manner from a variety of different mobile devices, such as the ones you can see on your screen now. What sort of data can we expect in a mobile today? Well, there's contacts, calls, text messages.
Mr Osu was gunned down as he drove into his home.
They found no evidence linking Jason to serious organised crime.
Prior to 2010, the mother of my children developed psychosis and began subjecting our children to horrific child abuse. The psychosis included paranoia, hallucinations, persecutory delusions, and suicide tendencies. During bouts of psychosis, she made false allegations to the police. This led to my being arrested on a number of occasions. Eventually, during one arrest, I volunteered my mobile telephone to the police. The phone contained text messages I received from the mother, which related to crimes such as threats to kill, extortion, blackmail, demanding money by menaces, and race hate crime. Some of the text messages read, "If you don't bring me a car and money, I'm going back to the police and giving 2 more statements." Others read, "You nigger, I will kill, I will do my jail, I'm thinking of taking you out completely." I requested the police not charge the mother of my children, but rather use the evidence to encourage a psychiatric assessment. The text evidence should have led to the mother receiving psychiatric help and prevented the continuation of the child abuse which stemmed from her psychosis. The text evidence should have led to my children being placed in my care until she had been assessed and treated. A few weeks after submitting the text evidence, I voluntarily attended the police station to answer new allegations from the mother. The officers informed me that the text evidence I provided weeks earlier were not recovered from my phone, and as a result I was being sent to prison to await trial. A few hours later I was called from the cell and served with a court order obtained that day in the family courts. The order prohibited me contact or access to my infant children, effectively for life. The order was granted due to the text message evidence not being retrieved from my phone. Whilst in prison awaiting trial, I obtained the police examination report into my phone. The examination was conducted by Forensic Telecommunication Services, otherwise known as FTS. FTS used XRY to conduct the examination into my phone's data and the text message history. XRY is designed and supplied to them by Micro Systemation. I then had my phone returned from the police and re-examined by an independent company. When I compared FTS report with the independent report, it was clear XRY had deleted and replaced 39 text messages which proved my innocence. The criminal text messages have been erased and replaced with innocent texts from other parts of the text history. For example, one text message which read, "If you don't bring me a car and money, I'm going back to the police and giving 2 more statements," had been replaced with, "Hiya love, will you book me in sunbed please?" Another which read, "I'm going for a brain scan tomorrow," had been erased and replaced. This occurred to 39 text messages which proved my innocence. After spending 5 months in prison, I submitted the independent report to His Honour Judge Gilmore. The prosecution withdrew the charges. His Honour Judge Gilmore then stated, "The police and the Crown Prosecution Service started off on a false basis. You are free to leave." Had I not have had my phone re-examined, it's possible I would have been in prison for a significant number of years for an offence that I was totally innocent of. After leaving court, my brother Jason, whom at the time was one of Britain's youngest black commercial pilots, emailed Mike Dickenson at MSAB. Jason's email requested an explanation from MSAB. In my opinion, Mr Dickinson's reply was quite evasive. MSAB then refused to reply to further emails. I then initiated an investigation conducted by the Independent Police Complaints Commission, the IPCC. Micro Systemation filed a report to the IPCC. They stated the failure to retrieve the text messages was due to a corrupt bug in their software known as XRY. I then started proceedings to have my children returned to my care. Jason provided a witness statement in the proceedings regarding the mother's psychosis affecting our children. The mother then began sending threats to have me and family members shot dead. Jason's witness statement placed him at significant risk. 6 weeks after receiving the threat to have family members shot dead, Jason was parking his vehicle on his drive when 2 gunmen shot Jason multiple times before shooting Jason at point-blank range, execution style, through his temple. The second gunman, standing on the passenger side, fired multiple rounds into the passenger seat. I had lighted the passenger seat 12 minutes before Jason was executed. In July 2015, the police attempted to secure life imprisonment with a recommendation of 40 years against Mr Paul Woodford. The prosecution claimed Mr Woodford orchestrated the murder of Jason. A significant part of the prosecution case relied greatly on a number of pay-as-you-go phones linking Mr Woodford to the convicted gunman. The prosecution was relying on evidence retrieved from the phones using Micro Systemation's XRY software. Shortly after the trial commenced, Mr Woodford dismissed his legal team and then represented himself. He then soon after cut his own throat. Due to his injuries, he was unable to communicate. It was then reported he had a complete breakdown in every sense of the word. On learning this, I attended the trial unannounced, in almost 2 hours of uninterrupted presentation of documented evidence. I submitted to the jury the admission by Micro Systemation to the IPCC regarding the software bug in XRY. I informed the jury that when I was due to stand trial, Micro Systemation had not informed me of the bug in XRY. It was only my pursuing an investigation by the IPCC after my acquittal that Micro Systemation confirmed XRY can be infected with corrupt bugs. Micro Systemation website states that XRY is used by 98% of UK police forces. It reported the FBI and the CIA use XRY in cases such as terrorism, which carried the death penalty. In my opinion, the admission by Micro Systemation regarding XRY fundamentally flaws the credibility of XRY. In my opinion, XRY should not be relied upon by the courts. Other than trusting Micro Systemation, one simply doesn't know when a bug is present or when one is not. When a bug is detected, how likely is Micro Systemation or law enforcement agencies likely to inform those falsely imprisoned or the families of those executed that the conviction was unsafe? I informed the Woodford jury that possibly hundreds, possibly even thousands, or even millions of innocent people could have been convicted who were totally innocent. After hearing my evidence, the jury found Mr Woodford not guilty of the murder of my beloved brother Jason. Indisputable evidence has recently been obtained which confirms the mother orchestrated the planned multiple murders of both witnesses in the custody battle against her. Micro Systemation defects have placed a seed of death and murder between two families linked by marriage and children that will last for many generations.